But in the past decade or so, people's interactions with their smartphones feel more and more like interaction with work technology. Making meaning. The American novelist and philosopher Benjamin Hale observed, "We, and I mean humans, are meaning makers." We seek to find meaning in our daily decisions, actions, and relationships, and especially our work. Thanks to digital work technology, it's easy to connect with people thousands of miles away. Social media also provides us with hundreds, sometimes thousands, of connections outside of work. But how meaningful are those relationships? It's a vital question, because a sense of meaning provides us with the sense that our lives matter. Degrees of meaning differentiate our relationships at work and home. It's easy for social media to create a false sense of connection, and that's in part why we are lonelier today than ever before. More than 40% of Americans say they're lonely, and a growing body of research shows this is quite literally bad for our health, raising our risk of stroke, heart attack, even dementia. At the same time, most of us spend more than half of our waking hours, 5 days a week, at work. The rest is typically spent running errands, preparing meals, we hope exercising, and tending to family needs. Thus, the workplace seems like a natural place to begin to solve, or at least lessen, the isolation and feelings of disconnectedness. But here's the scary reality. Only a fifth of employees have a best friend at work. And the current climate in most of our workplaces is only taking away from that even more. Surveys suggest that employee satisfaction and engagement are declining over time. Only about a third of U.S. workers are psychologically committed to their jobs. Trust in organizations and their leadership is also low. Burnout is on the rise. In a Deloitte survey of the external marketplace, 3 out of 4 respondents said they have experienced burnout in their current job, with more than half saying they felt burned out more than once. In that survey, we asked respondents how they deal with their burnout, and 51% say they talk to friends or family. It's not much of a leap, then, to say that human connections can be healing. Even when we are inclined to change, the way in which we work today can compound the problem. There's the increase in remote work, like telecommuting and gig jobs, both of which typically don't come with regular, repeated person-to-person interaction. Even when those jobs do, the connections are rarely meaningful. How close can you get to someone during a 10-minute car ride? People who work in an office are more connected, or at least have the potential to be, but sometimes it feels easier to just send an email than it does to walk down the hall for an in-person chat. Here's another important nugget to know about workplace relationships. While the idle water cooler catch-up is technically connecting, the type of relationship, as well as with whom, matters too. It's not just about everyone being on friendly terms or having a forced drink together every now and then at a work mixer. The relationships have to be deeper than that, and ideally with some of the people you work with most often, i.e., your team. You need trust and the feeling that your coworkers genuinely value and care for you. This book was born of a similar necessity. As co-authors, we have both experienced the power of meaningful relationships in the workplace, and we've also seen what happens when we overlook making those connections. Then, as we dug into the research on meaningful workplace relationships, we noticed the number of studies, surveys, and reports was growing. Each of us has also come, though in different ways, to truly value the workplace relationships we each have. For if it weren't for our work family, we'd both likely be in different career places. Jen's story. I remember the moment I realized that meaningful relationships are key to not only being a great colleague, but also being a great manager. It was the day that a member of my team, a team that I had been managing for a few years, came to me and said, "I don't want to work for you anymore." It wasn't the job she was leaving. It wasn't the organization she was leaving. It certainly wasn't the team she was leaving. It was her manager that she wanted to leave. And I was that manager. It's a jarring moment for managers to learn that they might lose one of their best employees. But to learn that it's because of your management is another thing altogether.